Ray here from Man City Fan Chat. We're live in the house. How you doing, guys? Hope the ones in the UK have had some respite from the heat today. It's been ridiculous, ridiculously hot these last few days, overly hot, especially if you're not used to it. You know, down in London, it's been in the mid-30s, so hopefully you guys are feeling much, much better. I'm just going to tweet this out to people. See who's on the line for tonight's Friday night 9 o'clock edition. Hopefully, no problems with the Wi-Fi. Let's have a look. Chris Welch, first on tonight, Chris. Mike James is slipping. Hi, English Mastiff. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're really well, mate. I'm just going to tweet this. Try and get a few people on tonight. I'll tell you what, I've said it for the last few days. My computer is dying. I have to take it to, try and take it to the shop next week. Get someone to look at it. It's only a couple of years old. But it's slow as anything. So, English Massive, rain tomorrow, absolutely. It's going to be tons all over the country. Mukund, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Cobby in the house, Mukund and Chris. Lots of hellos to each other. I know I'll just stand back while all these hellos and backslapping goes ahead. I just try and get this stupid Twitter. I hate it sometimes. I hate technology. Stuff it. Taking too long. Hope you guys have had good days, busy days. Always good to be busy. Just send people a message. So, what we're going to talk about tonight, eh? Well, let's see. We've got Sané. Worried slightly what the Mirror is saying. Worries me anyway. So we'll talk a little bit about Lee Sané. We'll talk about Phil Foden. Yeah. We'll talk about Micah Richards. I love that guy. I love Micah Richards. Retired from football. Maybe a little about that and some comment about him. Micah, I want to shit and start. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what I've missed. I must have missed somebody. Migrank, how you doing, mate? Oh, you're well. Cobby, let's get straight. I'm up for this. Beginning to look like Ruminating as an internet build. Is almost well, Cobby, you've copied that from was it Stephen? No, Howard Hockin. You copied that from somewhere, mate. I haven't got mine, Bernard, because I'm not home. Hey, Barry. Are you new to us, Barry? Just let us know if you're new, and we'll give you some nice big ups if you're new to us. So what else are we going to talk about? We'll talk about Silva. Let's finish this. We'll talk about Alves. Alves again. I hate that name. Almada. And Marlos Moreno. Wow. Just right. let's get this out for a few people then. And we'll see, get a few people in the house. Just tell Butt from the Blue. He might, would he be awake? He should be awake. And just tell Blackpool Blu-ray that we're on the case. So lots of little bits and pieces. As usual, it's all bits and pieces, guys. Mate. Story on Forbes. Okay, Cobby. Best man hire is signing, leaving Man City. We don't know best man. It's been going on and on. Mirror have got a story which I've not had a chance to read. It's just out recently about Sané and 90 million quid going to Bayern Munich of open talks. I absolutely, if I was Shape Man Sue, I would just say no, it's not. Then Almada, I would just say it's not happening. Grant, don't worry about it. It's the usual goons. They've had nothing else to do today, mate. I think that's their problem. Yeah. I think the Pied Piper isn't around, so the rats obviously come over here. It's a shame. Anyway, let's not worry about them. Let's worry about what we're up to. I'm just going to check. Yep, their Pied Piper isn't around, so they come to disturb us. Hey, let's not worry about it. Yeah, Bernard, it always happens. We know where they're from, so let's not worry about it. They give me a few views, give me 9 or 10 views straight away, so hey, let's not complain. But hey, at least we're on every single day, guys. Every single day. Get it. Oh no, I can't remember how many hours ahead. He's about, when we used to do the 10 o'clock pods, I'm sure it was about 6 o'clock over there. So yeah, maybe it's only 5 o'clock. Chris, what's been a good day for me? Got a job interview next week after applying for kitchen porter job. My previous jobs were kitchen porters, have got the experience. Good luck, mate. Good luck. If you need a reference, I worked in hospital kitchens, mate. Cleaning hospital kitchens. One job. You know, half a day, basically 5 or 6 hours, hands in the. We had this huge sink where they put the big pots in, and I used to wash them by hands. And I used to go through a few pairs of rubber gloves a day because you know, you get them caught on something and they just tear. And as soon as they tear, that water was roasting hot. You burnt your hands. I don't think you could do that job the way they did it back then. That was, I'm talking 30 years ago. Couldn't do it now. A bit more than that. Kickoff 11. To be honest, Bernard, I've not paid attention to tomorrow. I'm them anyway. If we have messing about with that app, I can't be bothered. Plus, it's Saturday, it's the weekend. I've got to take the family out. We'll see. I mean, if the weather's really bad tomorrow, we might go out on Sunday, go out for the full day. The wife wants to go to Greenwich. I want to go to Camden. I want to grab something to eat, go out for a family meal. Since I've been, Muggins has been cooking. I mean, wife did some yesterday, but I mean, what have I made? I made for my lads. I made some pasta the other day. I made some lentils the other day. And tonight, we had an egg salad, egg and cheese salad, which they really didn't like because they don't like their green stuff, you know, some rocket leaves and whatever, watercress, peppers, sweet pepper, little tiny sweet peppers, jalapeno in there, give it a bit of kick, some spring onions, some nice mature cheddar cheese, and then some mayonnaise, but they didn't like it. Cheese. Thanks for being with us. You're working tomorrow. Look, it's the last game. It's Yokohama Marinos. Look, we're not going to learn anything. Whether you watch it or not, no one's going to criticize you for it. And if my family want to do something tomorrow, my family will come first tomorrow because there'll be plenty of occasions during the season where I'll be watching football. I'll be going to matches. I've got the women's team. I've got my season cards. I've got my season card for the men's. I've got my season card for the women's team. It's going to be great. Great if it's raining, Bernard. Bernard's a workaholic. It's like me when I was running my own business, Bernard. I was working about 70 hours a week. My first big business I ran, and it was hard work. But it's weird because I worked long hours, but I still went out and did. I used to go to athletics twice a week. I used to go down the gym with my brother. And used to do some tennis and badminton. So cotton socks on. I don't know if that's a phrase that you like to use. Spencer's the Mark in the house. How you doing, mate? Bernard, do you sell dirty videos? Just checking, mate, what you're selling. So I'll give you a rundown of the agenda for tonight. What's in the house? We've got some talk about, obviously, Micah Richards. He's retired at 31. Sad day for him. But hopefully, moving forwards, he can move on now and put his injuries and everything behind him. Talk about Phil Foden, what Pep said about Phil Foden, what Phil Foden said about David Silva. We'll talk about Marlos Moreno. You're probably saying, who's he? Thiago Almada. Talk about him briefly because I put a video out about him today. Leroy Sané, did I mention him? Something in the mirror. Came odd with that. And Danny Alves, don't want to talk about him, but it's there. It's in the news, so we'll mention him. Bernard selling red movie DVD posters and board games through his website. Looking to put a podcast together. Hey, Bernard, that'd be cool. I don't think there's any point inviting me on, Bernard. I don't watch many movies anymore. And, I bet you could give a list of 10 of your... Do this for us, Bernard. Let's get Bernard. Give us a list of your 10 favourite movies, and I'll tell you, I'd be lucky to have seen 2. Honestly, I reckon I'd be lucky to have seen 2. So, Bernard, can you give either your top 5 or your top 10, depends how long you've got, just pop them in the comment section, and I'll tell you how many I've watched. Chris, will Micah Richards be part of City coaching staff or any team coaching staff? No. I think Micah Richards is going to concentrate on his business interests, yeah? But he'll do some ad hoc work for City. And we don't know what the ad hoc work is going to be. We'll just wait and see. I'll tell you a bad boy because I've got no coffee tonight. I'm used to a nice cup of hot coffee, even a half cup. One of these cups rather than a mug. I prefer the mug, but my missus is ignoring me. Look, everybody's busy from time to time. I'll be monitoring and moderating, guys. Don't worry. So you're in hospitality, Spencer's a Mark. Chris, you don't drink tea? I don't mind. I mean, as I said, I don't want to rub it in, but I've been fortunate to be in this service department, so it's nice and cool in here. But as soon as you go out, it's roasting. And I made the mistake, was it yesterday, of having a cup of coffee just before I went out. So your body's getting warmed up from the coffee. And outside, it was like 30-odd degrees, and bang, it hits you, and you start perspiring straight away. So who should we talk about first? Don't muckund. You got to be careful what EM's putting up. Okay, let's talk about Micah Richards. Micah Richards has announced his retirement from injuries, had persistent knee problems. He was with City, if I'm right, from 2005 to 2015, but he only played 179 games. Hi, Sea-Dog. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Don't know where Collins... everybody's got a life as well, So anyway, Micah Richards, he was with City from 2005 to 2015, 10 years. He only played 179 games. Injuries really curtailed his career. Roberto Mancini called him Cristalli Richards, because his legs were like crystal. They just break. He burst onto the scene as a 17-year-old. I mean, most of you, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch his goal against Villa when he was 17 in an FA Cup game, away from home, losing 1-0. Last kick of the game. Joy Barton crossed it in. David James, our keeper, was up there trying to get it because, yeah, you're in the FA Cup. It doesn't matter if you lose 2-0. You've got to throw everybody up for the corner. And it went over David James's head, and Micah Richards came in and bang, load of power, smashed it in with his head. Fantastic goal. And then he just went mental jumped past it. And so, yeah, absolutely great. And then obviously he went on BBC telly later on and he dropped the F-bomb for a 17-year-old. But he was great. He was marauding forward. He was, fast. Sometimes he was caught out of position, but he had that pace. He had that power. He had that strength. He had a lot of stuff you wanted from a fullback. He was brilliant. And for a while, he got into the England team and he just looked like the world was this guy's oyster. He was just getting better and better and better. And he looked fantastic. But injuries, sadly, some people said he was top heavy, muscle bound, he'd done too much work in the gym. Some people said he didn't do any work in the gym. I don't believe that. He had too many muscles to not do work in the gym. Whatever the reason, he suffered, and then he ended up, I think he could have stayed at City. I think they offered him 100 grand a week because they just liked, amongst other things, having him around because he was always good fun. But he went to Villa, didn't really do it at Villa, and now he's retired. He's going to concentrate on his. Okay, let's have a look. Bernard says Braveheart. Well, I watched Braveheart. 12 Angry Men, never even heard of it. Shawshank, not seen that. Schindler's, not seen that. Goodfellas, not seen that. There you go. One film, Braveheart. I don't even know why I watched Braveheart. Don't think I've watched Shawshank. I don't think so. Hi, Zippo. How you doing, mate? I hope you're doing well. Genesis Joseph. Hi, mate. I hope you're in a good mood, Genesis Joseph. Just got to do something, guys. Has our mate Genesis Joseph gone already? He's only just arrived. Hopefully he's gone already. Let's have a look. Anyway, let's keep going. Everyone on the team scores when. Anyway, Bernard, of all films, only one's not hot are the old kung fu Bruce Lee things. I like a bit of that Bruce Lee stuff. Used to watch them when we were kids. Spencer Michael had one good season for me, too heavy and limited skill. We love. Yeah, Bernard, he's going to come back in an ad hoc capacity. So he's going to focus on his business interest. He might do, who knows what he's going to do. Might be an ambassador occasionally. It'd be very interesting to see what he does. He's not going to do coaching and stuff. I really doubt that. There you go, English Manchester City ambassador. What's my favourite movie, Muckand? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Because I probably can't even remember movies. I watched Enemy of the State a few times. Quite like Enemy of the State. I'm a comedy guy. I like comedy stuff and that kind of thriller. Anything where some of the Clint Eastwood ones. Quite like them. Quite like Eddie Murphy. Some of his films. What Eddie Murphy's Beverly Hills Cop, that kind of thing. I quite like that kind of stuff. As I said, a bit of action, thriller, Terminator series. Alien was all right. Predator, I like Predator. I mean, we're going back 30 years now for Predator, but I like Predator. Yeah, I got 15, 16 on. Let's see if we can get some likes, but let's not worry. There you go, Bernard. Yeah, routine work so you can watch films at the same. 16 on. I've seen Sholay Mukund. Yes, I have. Saw it as a kid. Saw it older. I'm not gonna. I'm trying to remember some of the lines. So there's some famous lines in Sholay. I can't. It's maybe so long since I watched it. I can't remember the class lines. Yeah, Chris Welch is disappeared. I tried to get him on the other thing, but he's disappeared. Yeah, Rutger Hauer, Matrix was all right as well. Rutger Hauer tried a couple of days ago. Yeah, perfect. Remember Anthony? That was good. Hey, I like a few Shah Rukh Khan films. You know, they're on. I like some of the odd French bits and pieces. Hi, Steve. Where are you if it's morning for you, mate? Mission Impossible. Well, I watch kids things with my kids as well, so I quite like things like Shrek, Toy Story series. That's been all right. You know, I like the first Incredibles. So I like those things that Cars. I watched that. I must have watched Cars 20, 30, 40 times with the kids. So I quite like those. It's me. Okay. ये हाथ हमको दे दे. I'm not going to repeat your lines, mate. So what else are we going to talk about? Well, obviously, I did the video about Thiago Almada and about him potentially coming to the City next week, as early as next week. And then immediately Sporting, he's 18 years old, plays for Vélez Sarsfield in Argentina. He's played 21 games last season, scored 4 goals. He's an attacking midfielder. For me, he reminds me a bit of David Silva. Other people say Messi, but I don't think he looks anything like Messi. He reminds me of David Silva, the way he can spin on a sixpence, get the ball, have somebody really tight to him, and turn one way then the other, and just leave him for dead. It's very, very interesting with this kid. But we're paying up to 20 million quid for him. Dumb and Dumber. You're in the UK, Ray. Steve. All right. Slumdog Millionaire. It was a good film, that. And actually, it was funny, that Slumdog Millionaire, because my wife was surprised that I was banging out the answers. I was banging out the answers on Slumdog Millionaire. You know, the answers. She couldn't understand. Where do you know these? Sir Jack Cobbs. It's like Sir Jack Cobbs got the most centuries. But she was like the answers out. People think, have you watched this film before? Don't need to watch it. Bit of general knowledge. Bernardine, Never Ending Story, never seen it. Howard the Duck, no, Drop Dead Fred, Sandy Lot Kids. I've never seen any of them. What do you make a press conference? He says, I didn't watch it all. He said we might be looking for somebody. He mentioned, people mentioned Danny Alves again. Apparently it's not ruled out, but the idea is that he has to ring Pep up and apologise. I don't want Danny Alves after what he did a couple of years ago, and I'm surprised that the paper's saying he wants it too. Yeah, see, Black, sad to see Micah retire. What else did our lovely Pep say? Let's see what I'm going to get up first. Okay, what's happened here? Right, someone sent me some junk. Let's get rid of that. Don't know how I got that. Marlos Moreno, you guys probably never heard of Marlos Moreno. We bought the same time as Gabby Jesus, and I remember Phil Vickery, a South American correspondent, he said that Marlos Moreno, he thought he was better than Gabby Jesus, but he struggled in Spain. Now it looks like he's going to be loaned out to Liga side NOS. That's in Portugal. I mean, I've never even heard of them, and this is how far this guy's dropped. We bought him from Atletico Nacional back in 2016. He signed a 5-year deal, so he's got another 2 years on this deal. Never played for us. It's what you expect. He never made it. He went to Deportivo La Coruña, Girona. He's been on loan in South America, in Flamengo and Santos Laguna, but he's not had a successful loan spell. So I think he's gonna. He's not going to get anywhere with us, and I don't even know why we're keeping him, sending him out on loan. Think about David Silva leaving the club, even if it gives him more opportunities. Nobody wants David Silva to leave. People said they cried when he's, and it will happen. And he said it's going to be a shame. I'm not thinking about that too much. because I don't want it to happen. He's here now, so let's try and be happy. So that's what Phil Foden said. He's still a great player. You could see in the last match how sharp he is, even at his age. He's still a special player. That's Phil Foden on our man David Silva. Oh, if you've been living on the moon, David Silva's leaving at the. So we've done the Almada story. Let's not go over that again, because if you want to know any more about Almada, go and have a look at my video that I did earlier today. It could do with a few more views. Just get it watched, guys. So let's get rid of the Man City. Oh, I've still got my Man City stuff open from the last game against Kitchi. Down because I think some of my stuff has crashed. Anyway, Sané, yeah, the Sané news in the Mirror. That City have open talks with Bayern Munich. Now, I haven't seen this story yet. I saw the headline, but I've been obviously busy today, and so I've not had a chance to open what the Mirror say. But to be honest, in the last couple of days, the Mirror stories have been woefully misleading. Yeah, woefully misleading. So I'm not going to bust a gut to read the Mirror, because they just. So what's Pep said? Yeah, what Pep said about Phil Foden? He said, doing a press conference with Phil Foden. Phil Foden was there today in Japan, and he said, I'm not bothered with this. I hate these people who you can't get on their website. But what Pepper said, he believes that Phil Foden, he said, I've never said it. He said, I might have said something before, to the public. I'd never said it in front of him. Yeah. But that Phil Foden is the best player, the most talented player to work with. Something like that, which, he said he's the most talented player he's ever seen. Now, you got to remember, who Pep's managed. He's managed Xavi, Iniesta. He's managed Messi. So he said, Phil Foden is the most talented player I've ever seen. Now, that includes Maradona. Everybody's played with.
Most talented.
Well, you can hear it.
In my career as a football player manager, he has everything to become.
Oh. It stopped.
So only has a problem. At the same time, he's managed at 11. So can.
He said, a player, as I said, as a player, Pep's seen Maradona. He's seen them all. And as a manager, he's seen them all. So that is an immense praise indeed. Let's get back up and see what you guys are saying. Wow, I missed a few. So Spencer Mart's watched Cancelo, not that great. We'll see. Robertson's not done bad, Spencer Mart. Let's give him credit. Smoking the Bandit. Alves won't come. I hope not. Hi, video. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Guest House Paradise to watch it. I don't see hardly any of these films. I agree with you, Bernard. I don't want Alves. He's not the future. I want the future. Who is Privado or Marlos Moreno? Marlos Moreno is a kid we got from. I've done him. I've done him video. You got to get on earlier. Nah, all a kidding. He came from Atletico Nacional, and Tim Vickery said he thought he was better than Gabi Jesus, who we got around the same time. But Marlos Moreno never settled in Deportivo La Coruña, Girona. Then he went back to South America. He's going to go up to 2 years left on his City contract. We signed him up for 5 years. I think we only paid about £4 million for him. It's only a matter of time before he leaves. Poveda, Ian Carlo Poveda is just a kid, plays out on the wing video. He's probably about 18 years old, maybe 19. Not sure if he'll come through. Sea-Dog reckons Cancelo's a bit overhyped. Look, playing with City, you've got more time and space playing with City, so you can be a different kind of player. So a lot of people not wanting Cancelo, say English Master saying he's overrated. Steve Black, still think we will get Cancelo's Juventus need cash. It'd be interesting. Who's better, Marlos Moreno or Carlos Poveda? Well, I'll be quite honest, I haven't seen enough of either. Marlos Moreno has not done anything in the four loan spells he's had since he's been at City. You know, you could argue in Carlos Poveda looks better just simply because he's still at City and Marlos is never going to come here. Bernard, I don't Cancelo. I've not seen enough of him. It's one of those where, you know, like Rodri, none of us had seen Rodri, really, not much of him. So we just want to bring back Imre Varane and his bananas. Yep. So English Massive, we don't think we'll sign anyone or sell anyone. I think we'll keep signing the kids. I think that will happen. Yeah, I really want Sané to stay. Yeah, Sané and sumo wrestlers was funny, says English Mastiff. Ricardo Hippolyte, you're from Barbados. I've been to Barbados. I went to Barbados to watch the World Cup final in 2007. Vijay Shakya, we have talented young players in almost every position, either out on loan or playing in an academy, but not full positions since Mafia and Angelino left. Yeah, you could say that. I mean, obviously Angelino's back. I think last summer in America, I know he didn't play the first game definitely on this trip because he was injured, so maybe that's lingered on, which is a shame for the kid. Ricardo, we don't know. You know, it's been going on for weeks and months, and all the German players are right at it. The Rummenigge and that convicted criminal Uli Hoeneß, who's the Bayern president. You know, I always say this: lovely club if that's your president. You know, the managers had a pop. Everybody's having a go. You know, but we've never heard anything from Leroy. He hasn't signed a contract. I just hope he does, gets it over and done with. Spencer Martin, De Ligt scored an own goal. To be honest, I've only been watching City stuff. I'm not bothered about De Ligt now. He's missed his chance. Pinoni said he's the best player he's ever worked with or seen as a player and a manager. Yeah, I bet something in the background. Carl Amatzola, there is a distinction. Raw talent is different from actualizing. Well, Foden's just got to come through, you know. We don't need Dani Alves. I'm sorry, Carl. We don't need Dani Alves. We don't need Dani Alves. His dressing room leadership is needed. What? To dump on Pep again? Yes, he's won lots of stuff. But are you saying David Silva's not won anything? If you want to talk about players who've won stuff, how many World Cups and Coppers has Danny won? You know, David Silva's got a World Cup, 2 European championships under his belt in the space of 4 years. David Silva's won stuff, yeah. Maybe I think we won a lot of trophies last season. I do remember us winning the domestic treble the year before, winning 2 trophies. So we've got players who've got swagger. We've got players who've got personality. We've got players who have won stuff and a lot of stuff. He's not the type of player we need to win the Champions League. Absolutely, I disagree. If go back to last season, Aguero scores that penalty. Even you agreed we'd have got through that tie. Aguero scores that penalty, we get through because there's no way Spurs are coming back from a goal down at home. They might have squeezed out a draw at home, but that's the best they could have done. And I think we'd have just blown them away. We were under pressure at home because we lost that game. But if Sergio Aguero scores that penalty, we both agreed we'd go through. We'd be in the semi-final against Ajax. Why can't we be Ajax and Liverpool to win the Champions League? So we do not need Dani Alves to win the Champions League. I hope Foden surprises. Yeah, it was good fun to make that pod. You know, it's like this. You know, with the times I've had you on and Mike and doing it's like doing that pod. It's a lot of fun. In the first pod we did this season, We were on for nearly 2 hours. They had to split that into two. We would, it was just so much fun. My wife wasn't pleased with me that night because I was on with you guys from 9 till 10, and then with those guys from 10 till 12. So that was a long night. English Mastiff. Yeah, I don't want to pay 60 million for Cancelo. It's just too much. Yep, I agree. Spencer Mark, he's trouble, mercenary, and since he's a winner, what has he won in his 2 seasons at PSG outside the French league? They couldn't even win the cup last season, if I remember correctly. So what's he won outside the French league? Nothing. 38. Let him go somewhere else. Absolutely, Spencer Mark. Steve Black. Crocky Santa Cruz. C-Dog, why would we have 3 right backs? Makes no sense. If Danilo stays, Danilo stays, and that's where it's going to be. I still hope Danilo stays. We have enough leaders in this team. Look, if you look at it, you've got Fernandinho in this team. You've got Kevin De Bruyne, who's going to drag that team. David Silva, who's generally been the captain. We've got a few people. Laporte, marshalling at the back. I think we're all right. Chris, his future role, well, let him get this 2-year loan done at Sporting. He's an attacking midfielder. He reminds me of David Silva. I'm just thinking we could have David Silva leaving, but in 2 or 3 years' time, you could have, Rodri at 25, 26 years old, a defensive midfielder. You could have Taylor Howard-Bellis and Eric Garcia coming through. Yeah. You'd have Bernardo Silva there, KDB coming towards the end. Well, not the end, but in 2 or 3 years' time, he'll be 30, 31. You could have someone like this Almada coming. Can you imagine Foden and Almada as your attacking midfielders? Wow. Young. That's it. We don't know how good they're going to be. It's one of those things. You just don't know. But it's very rare that we spend a lot of money on a duffer or a person who fails. The one I can obviously remember, we spent a bit of money on Wilf Boney, we spent a bit of money on Mangala. But right now, with Pep at the helm, I think it's very rare we're going to spend a lot of money and make a mistake. So what, Carl? 40 trophies. So what? Tell me what he's won in the last 2 years outside France. Tell me how many trophies he won in France. Pep wanted him 2 years ago, Carl. He wanted him 2 years ago because he was still a really, really good right back. He was still a top right back 2 years ago when he was 36. Now he's 38. 2 more years down the line. Pep wanted him because he was a good right back. Had pace, power, skill. But he's 38. You really think a 38-year-old really, really, really is going to make all the difference to Man City now playing on the right? I don't think so. Well, I don't want Dybala anyway, Steve Black. Who said that? You got to still remember we've got. I don't even know how old he is. You can tell me how old he is if you want, but we've got to let people go before we get new people in who are non-homegrown. Yeah, we've got Danilo, and look what Danilo's won in the 2 seasons he's been at City. He's won 6 trophies if you include the Community Shield. 6 domestic trophies. Dani Alves in the last 4 years cannot match Danilo. Dani Alves cannot even come close. Dani Alves cannot even come close to what Danilo's won in the last 4 years. Danilo's got 2 Champions Leagues. 2 Carabao Cups, you can say they're weak trophies, and an FA Cup and a Community Shield. Yeah, Steve Ludding. I don't believe Pep wanted him last year. I've not heard Pep say, I wanted Dani Alves last season. He wanted him 2 years ago, and then we got Danilo. English Mastiff, if you watch my video, I said we're paying between 16 and 20 million quid for Thiago Almada. Now, we're not going to pay that sort of money if we're not 1,000,000% confident that the kid will make it and that he's going to go up in value a lot. Well, I wouldn't call him a snake, Spencer Mark, but he did the dirty on us. Zipper Butulezi, that's before we got Walker. But Danny said, "Sorry, Pep, I'm trying to win this Champions League with PSG," and he never lived with that. Yeah, I mean, they were rubbish. Well, that's if Foden is the most talented player Pep has ever seen, Zinchenko may be the most hardworking player Pep has ever seen. What Zinchenko does, he plays, he's determined, he plays with a smile, in training and everything else, and he never puts on that sad face, which Pep really doesn't like. Hey, Joseph, it's all you can see is a black shirt. You can't see anything of the shirt, can't see the logo. You can only see from my neck upwards, so there's not much to see. He's just won the Copa America. Great. Great. Danilo's, I think what Danilo's won in the last 4 seasons overshadows what Dani Alves has won. And we're talking in the recent past. Nope, Steve Black, no chance. Almada won't get a go if Sané leaves. If Sané leaves, we either go with what we've got. We might promote one of the kids like Adri Benabi, or we might. Yeah. So it looks like the Copa's easy to win because Edison won the Copa, Gabi Jesus won the Copa, Fernandinho won the Copa. Not yet, Joseph. Almada is supposed to be signing next week. That's the word on the street. And they want that signing to be done so that Sporting can start playing him. They want him. Well, see, he walked through the playing at PSG, winning the French division. It is a cakewalk. It is a cakewalk. And, they didn't win the cup. They didn't do anything in the Champions League. And at least City, with Danilo played some very important games. We won the league, a tough league. It is a tough league. Everybody acknowledges that it's a tough league. Pep said it's the hardest league out there. It's his toughest wins. So Danilo's been, because of his versatility, played fullback, right back and left back. So he's been very, very important to us. I hope Danilo doesn't go Sea Dog. I hope it'd be very odd for Danilo to leave it so late to leave. Thiago Almada's 18, English Mastiff. Carl, if he understands Pep 100%, then he didn't join. Then he would also understand that Pep doesn't want people who've done the dirty on him. Vijay Shakya, Nabil Tuatsi only have a year remaining in his contract. Where should we do with him? Well, I think we should get him on a new contract. I think you'll see what will happen with our players now. Like Tom Bashiru, he left. He let his contract run out and then he left. They'll either sign long contracts or they'll go. Either go on a free or be sold. And I think a lot of them will end up going on a free. So he's looked exciting sometimes when I've seen him. Yeah, Joseph, it is supposed to be Sporting is supposed to loan him for 2 seasons. Once City buy him, this is the reports I've been reading, City are going to buy him and loan him to Sporting for 2 seasons because he'll be playing in a decent league. He'll be playing at a decent standard because, though, if we spent 2 or 3 million on the kid, yeah, he might come to our academy, yeah, play with the EDS. But we're spending a lot of money because we have faith in this guy. So we're going to send him to a higher league, to Sporting, play some Champions League, hopefully, play some decent standard in the league. But Carl, Pep wanted him 2 years ago, and he did the dirty on Pep. Unless he comes, rings Pep up and apologises, why would Pep be interested? There's nobody Pep has gone in for once they've done the dirty on him. He wanted Lucas Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez didn't move. He was available and he went to Bayern Munich. The only player he's gone back for is Laporte, and that was for a reasonable reason because Laporte was injured and he felt it was the wrong time for him to move after just coming back from injury. Pep's given Mangai. I don't think it's English Mastiff. I think that's a bit of a cock up. We'll see. There might be something in it. We might get rid of Mangala for some money, but I don't know what's happened. We've given him that 12 months extra on his contract, and then we've not done anything. Bernard Hong Kong isn't that big off the top of me. Look, it's a very tight island. I had some friends from Hong Kong. They used to tell me stories, but I'm going back 25 years. So it is. I'm trying to think. Honestly, couldn't tell you, Bernard, but it isn't that big. 10 Premier League teams, but I don't think that's saying much, mate. Honestly. See, Hong Kong, yeah, I'm just checking on the internet, 428 square miles. That's not big. And it's got a lot of islands as well. So it isn't big. Population of just over 7 million. So it's very densely populated, very densely populated. Yeah, we will see more of Adrian Banabi in the Carabao Cup. I'm convinced we'll see. It'd be interesting who he plays, but I'm sure we're going to see that. I don't know about Diaz. I think we have a Mafia video. We might have got a sell on or something. I have no idea, to be honest. Sorry, Dani Alves is 36. I still don't want a 36-year-old playing for me. He came at 34, sorry. I thought he came at 36. I still don't want a 36-year-old playing at right back for me. Does anyone know if I can play for Bournemouth? I've not been following what happened at Bournemouth. He's 36. I've just checked. Just turned 36. Yep, killer. Laporte is a big player, very good player, but since Tottenham, come on, Killer Manila. He's had a bad game. It happens. Well, I hope Sané stays. You know, I just want it to be put to bed. Yeah, Mukun, he's not going to be ready in the squad, so that's why it puzzles me why he hasn't gone already. Look, Carl, Danilo is our spare fullback. Got Walker as number one. Danilo is the flexible guy. Danilo can play left back, right back, defensive midfield, and centre back. We've seen him play centre back. So I think I want to keep Danilo for that versatility. Yeah, Zippo wants to says Pep should get Zlatan. So what, Carl? It doesn't matter if he's half as good as Alves. He offers us that versatility. A lot of our players offer us that versatility, and it's quite obvious Pep likes that. He's gone to Paris because of his wife's business. How focused is he on his football? We want guys who put football first. Hi, Paul Boasis. How are you doing, mate? I've probably only got 10 minutes left, but let's keep going. Yeah, Vijay, we got a lot of average players. Caballero, Sané. I thought Sané was all right. Mangala, Fernando. Oh, Fernando. Bony was bad. Absolutely, Spencer Martin went for the money. There's no way that I will go for that. Dani Alves' wife's business was so important that he was earning a lot more. Carl says Sané is gone, so I'm gonna. Will Phil Foden go with England to Euro 20s? He needs to play more games, Chris, but he should. I believe he should. Come on, guys, keep it civil. Keep it civil. What did we drink? I can't remember, Carl. Probably a coffee. Probably coffee. Carl, you're not popular. Guys, just keep it civil, please. Keep it, sensible. Hi, Kamal. Kamal, you're late, mate. You're very late. It's 10 minutes to go. So C-Dog says you should not have such a bad opinion about a City player if you're really sporting City, Carl. I never bought what real fans said about him. I always wait to see the player with my own eyes. Look, Danilo last season when he came back from injury, he played pretty well in my opinion. Yeah, he had one bad game. Apart from that, he never let us down. Yeah, Kamal, I'll repeat what Pep basically said. Foden is the best player he's ever seen, be it as a player or a manager. And you've got to remember, Pep has seen people like Maradona, Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, anybody you care to mention in the last, how old's Pep? Pep's 50. In the last 30, 35 years. That's big. It's a big statement from Pep. But I've not been paying much attention because I suspect I'll be going out with the family, even in the rain, because it's the weekend. My wife's been working all week. My kids have been on a course all week. I'm going to do some family stuff this weekend. It's been very, very busy. Mukun reckons we'll turn into United stand if Dani Alves comes. Every season since Pep arrived, our legends are leaving. Yeah, Zabaleta, Yaya, Vincent, Silva, and maybe next season Aguero. Fernandinho as well, Vidya. I've said that for a while. Fernandinho will be gone within the next 2 seasons as well. Yeah, but Dani Alves, he's 36, man. How's he? He's not going to get any faster. He can adapt to a system, but he's not going to get any faster. Bernard been back to Aston today to see if I could find my scarf. Seeing you lot thought it was funny. What is Bernabé's best season? I don't know what you mean, Vidya. He hasn't really played much for City. Oh, best position. I think. Well, when I saw him as a kid, when I saw him last season, he was playing on the left, but I think Pep had him on the right and cutting across. So I think he could play any wide on the left or the right. Is Phil Neal taking up after Pep? I think Phil Neal will do all right with these boys. Boney was terrible, Killer Manila. Absolutely terrible. Yes, Mukund, I did. Yeah, Boney was very good at Swansea. He's crap at City. Bernard not too enamoured with Phil Neal. No, come on, Killerman. I love Stevie Ireland. Stevie Ireland, he had one tremendously brilliant season. And then the next season, he overtrained, he said. He worked really, really hard. And the next season, he couldn't do it. And then that was it. He was gone. Kieran, you can't say that. I'm going to have to... If I can find it. Well, I can't see some of these comments. Sorry, guys, I can't delete some of these. I can't see them on my screen. Yeah, I agree, Bernard. Stephen Ireland for that season, especially with Cillian. Look at it. Yeah, Cleach and Collar are only left back from 2011 to 2016, 16 until we signed Mendy. Look, Carl, Daniel's happy to play second fiddle. He came knowing he was going to be behind Walker. He came knowing that. And we had Mendy on one side, Walker on the other. Danilo came and he was happy to be in that position. And he's won a heck of a lot of trophies. 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Carabao Cups, an FA Cup and a Community Shield. He's not done bad at all in the last 4 years. Hey, it's a Strambler's in the house. He's in the house. Sea Dog, I'd even Kolarov could not defend. Foden, he's going to be sad to see Silva go, but wants to enjoy this last season with him. And obviously, Pepper said that Phil Foden is the best player he's ever seen. And that includes being as a player and as a manager. And he's been a player or a manager for the last nearly 35 years. Now, that's a long time. And Phil Foden's the best. He said the only problem is his manager doesn't play him enough. Sea Dog, people can dislike the video, but Ray's always behind because we like to speak with him. Yeah, everybody speaks. With me, I'll try my best. I've never been to Mary D's, Bernard. Never been. It's not my kind of scene. And I was talking to some United fan who said talking about Mary D's. He said they make a hell of a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money. Because he knew one of the guys who part owned it or married the woman or was part of the woman or something. And he said they make a hell of a lot of money. They've got a lot of business interests in Europe, in bars and pubs and whatever. Dum Mast Kalanda. What comes on the Bollywood songs tonight? Yeah, Kamal. For me, Danilo is a safe. He's safe. He's not as dynamic, but he's safe. Yeah, Carl, we've seen a lot of stuff on Mendy's Instagram. He's working really hard to get back in shape. I hope for his sake he gets there. Who's a bigger flop, Benteke or Bony? Wow, oh, come on, it's Bony. Let's be honest. I think Bony. Benteke had a couple of good games. Bony had nothing. Sea Dog Mendy's supposed to be back in December. But the thing is, Carl, until he plays, he's got to play a decent amount of the season. Probably true, Kamal. Probably true because you got Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. I think they'll be all right. Lawrence Xavi. No, it's not. I'm not saying it's obscene, Bernard. I didn't say that. He was just telling me they make an absolute. I can't repeat the story, one story, but he just said, I said I don't go there because he's asking me about it. I said I don't. It's not my scene drinking, and obviously at matches I'm always doing the filming and stuff. So for the last year and a half. But thing is, Bernard, do they make as much money as you? That's the question. Hey, Chris, how you doing, mate? Spencer's a Mac about the other pub. Anton Sibierski, I liked him. Bald is beautiful. Boney was an unmitigated disaster. Akuna Matata day trip. What's happened to Micah Richards, Micah. He's retired from football. He's 31 years old. He was with City for 10 years, but he only played 179 games because he was injured a lot. But he was, for me anyway, I loved him. I loved his smile. His attitude, his fun-loving attitude. I think he worked hard, but his problem was his body kept letting him down. His legs, especially, he had problems with his knees. He went to Villa. He could have stayed at City. Apparently, he could have stayed at City and earn 100 grand a week, but he decided, he didn't want to sit here, take the money, and not do anything and not play. And he played a bit for Villa, but his legs still give him more problems, and he's had to retire at 31. He's going to be apparently an ambassador ad hoc for City, and he's going to focus on his business interests. Take it easy, Chris. Have a good night, mate. Alves in Micah. Yeah, well, see, as I said, you know it better than me, Bernard. I've never been. It is. I wouldn't want to go in there as a non-City fan. Yeah, Kamal, that's right, Micah Richards. He had plenty going for him. Have we done everybody? So yeah, I think we covered it all. Before I go as well, I'm going to have a quick look to see if there's anything out there. It's always good to see if there's any last minute news. But this Mirror story came out at 8:40. Okay, so now other people are copying this Mirror story. So you got Live Soccer TV. They copied it an hour later. It's just the way it is. Everybody's going to copy that story, I think, overnight. So it will come out. So guys, if you, I'll be on probably tomorrow night as usual. I'll watch the highlights, I reckon, of the game, and then we'll see the Sané update. Kamal, well, okay, let's quickly go through the things. The Sané update was the Daily Mirror have said about an hour and a half ago that in Munich for a £90 million sale of Sané. I said the last couple of things I saw from them, it was just made up rubbish. So, can you believe this? I'm not so sure. Marlos Moreno is off to Portugal. Team I never even heard of. And yeah, it's just a matter of time before he leaves City for nothing. It does. It says Sané. We don't know. Let's be honest. It's the Daily Mirror. They said something 2 days ago about Sané, which actually, when you saw the headline, you think, oh no, yeah. And when you actually read the article, there was nothing in that article. It was just bum fluff. So certainly don't believe everything you read in the paper. That might be the guy that on the train going down to London. He was talking about. He knew him. Yeah, see, dog, I agree. But maybe it's part of City's idea that if we promote him and have him on everything, he won't go. But he's not gone and said. He's not, that's the issue. He's not come out and said, I'm going to stay at City. He's not come out and signed the contract. It's just going to keep going. Yeah, Valencia apparently want Mangala, but they need to cough up some dough or get the deal done. Yeah, I really hope Sané stays. I really do. It'll be one in the eye for Bayern Munich, which I'm very happy. Guys, we've had an hour. It's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Once again, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Like the video if you like it. You've all contributed to it, so I hope you liked it. And keep telling your mates. Keep telling your mates we need to get this need to get this up to 1,000, and it's a slow process now. It's slowed down a lot. Just keep pushing to get to that 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Guys, take it easy. I'll catch you tomorrow night. See you, Bernard.